Hello, good morning. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the general weekend check-in for the collective. So keep in mind, it's not a sign-specific reading, although I do call it zodiac signs throughout the reading. I like to talk a little bit about the astrology that's playing out in the energies this weekend and what comes through in meditation, and then I like to jump in with the cards. So if you're new here, welcome in. Please feel free to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to like the videos, comment on the videos, and share the videos. It kind of helps circulate the content. It helps the channel to grow. It's just a nice, free, easy way to show me some support, and it encourages me to keep creating more content. So let's get into it. I feel we are in a major portal of introspection before taking action. We have a major transit taking place this weekend. We have Jupiter conjunct Uranus, both of these energies in the sign of Taurus. And I was swimming in this energy of the Fool with the Ace of Wands. And so this is the beginning of a new adventure. It is definitely a need to let go of fears. I feel Uranus kind of comes to shake things up. So you're going to have to really trust in the path that with these energies playing out. And so something might not specifically happen exactly when that conjunction takes place, but it might happen over the coming weeks. But I do feel with Mars in opposition to Lilith as well this weekend, this is kind of a need to retreat into self and to seek those answers before taking action. I was shown the King of Wands with the Hermit. So there could be a very masculine energy coming through, preparing to step into some type of leadership position. So I'm feeling Aries, Virgo energy very strongly. And so justice and judgment is what came through for me, channeling the Mars opposite Lilith energy. And so this is all about balance, fairness, truth, equanimity, equality, and transformation. And so I feel it's a strong message of reflection for sure, where you need to get honest with yourself, maybe with another, and to make a difficult decision. Life is all about decisions. We are not free from the consequences of our free will choices. And so Jupiter conjunct Uranus is coming in to ripen up a path, to start a new path, ripe from a clean slate. So it's all going to be dependent how these energies are going to be affecting you based on which housing aspects are being affected within your birth chart. And so for me, I've got the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, and I've got a Taurus stellium along with Chiron and Aries all sitting in my second house of self-worth, self-value, the house of resources, the house of money. And so I'm really excited for this conjunction. I'm super excited for this. And so I also feel the energies coming in almost like a lightning bolt of inspiration. It's kind of like the divine kind of striking the heart and the mind simultaneously, which will provide a lot of us the courage that we need to take a risk, maybe to explore a new path or a new avenue connected to manifesting money or relationship. And so really pay attention to where you have this conjunction taking place in your housing aspect in your birth chart, because I also feel the energy can be very reckless and impulsive. So we have the Sun square Pluto the day after this conjunction, and I was shown the Death card with the Magician. And so major transformation is taking place. Major collective transformation, major personal transformation. And so bottom line is change is inevitable. Life is in constant motion. The chakra wheels are in constant motion, and change is the only thing that is certain in our physical reality. And so we do all have the power to choose. We do all have the power to choose how we are going to take charge of our lives, or how this change is going to look when we don't sit idle or sit on the sidelines, and we are an active participant in being a conscious co-creator for our reality. And so right now, there is a major collective shift on the horizon. We've all been feeling it. We can see it happening just scrolling Facebook. And so sometimes something new can be exciting. Sometimes embracing something new can be very daunting, but change is always going to be necessary for growth. And so how can you embrace the change? Because I do feel right now change is the catalyst for major renewal in the collective. So how can you take a step back this weekend, recognize your own abilities, and take charge of your life? Because we are being asked to be new earth leaders, and we cannot be leaders for others if we can't even lead in our own personal lives. And so we have the choice to hold the reins. Ultimately, we are in control. We are always in control. So I think that's a big message. So let's jump in with some cards, guys. Please feel free to check out the membership side of the channel if you're interested. I did go into depth on the Thursday live this week, talking about the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction and how it is going to affect you based on where you would find these energies within your housing chart. So you're going to want to go and check that out, especially if you've been feeling these shifts. But let's dig a little bit further into the energies with the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck. Please also feel free to check out the new webpage. There is a new webpage. So if you'd like to book a reading with me, I'd love to get that booked in for you. So we get 2nd house and 5th house. So the 5th house is all about passion, creativity. It's the house of fun. It's the house of sex. It's the house where we take risks. It's the house of children. So you could be maybe thinking about having children. But if you look at all of the flowers on the canvas, I feel the blooming energy. So maybe your passion is blooming. Maybe your creativity is blooming. Maybe this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is hitting you in the 5th house. And so I feel mystical energy coming through. Somebody here could be a mystic healer, especially if the conjunction is happening in your 5th house. And how interesting, mine is taking place in the 2nd house. And so do not be tempted to lower your standards, because the more you step into self-worth and self-value, the more you up the game when it comes to being able to manifest abundance in your life. This could mean receiving unexpected resources. The 40 energy is carrying with it a vibration of the Page of Cups. So there could be a new emotional love offer coming that will bring forward a lot of abundance. But I also feel a need to recognize where maybe you've been tempted. So don't be tempted to lower your standards is a big message. So 5th house, 2nd house. That's going to resonate for somebody out there. But let's get a few more of these cards. Let's see what else needs to come through when it comes to the astrology this weekend. And then we're going to jump in with the tarot. I'm sure you can hear Bailey Boo upstairs barking. The kids are upstairs doing some schoolwork. So let's get into it. Let's see what else needs to come through today for the collective. We're going to get 3 of these cards, and then we're going to take a peek on the bottom of the deck. Pluto. So that Sun square Pluto is bringing in a significant rebirth. I do feel like an Ace of Wands energy. And so we need to remember, astrologically, squares are very hard, harsh aspects. It does indicate a tower of some sort. And so this could be death to an old way of manifesting reality. We get retrograde, and so we do have Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Aries. So it's a review of things that are toxic in your life. And so this is a 15 card connected to the devil. So a death to an old way of being. And so somebody here is really in, I feel like, the halls of memories. And I just heard halls of fame. And then we get solar flares. And so there is some type of activation going on with that Pluto square aspect, along with Mercury retrograde, which I do believe was just conjunct Chiron and Venus this week. And so major reviews of relationships for sure, relationship with self, relationship with others. And so I do feel an activation when it comes to some healing. So I'm feeling like the star energy connected to these solar flares. And if you follow the Schumann resonance, boy, oh boy, have these energies been intense. And so we are in a major portal of collective rebirth, renewal, and activations on the spiritual journey. And on the bottom of the deck, we do get Vesta, which is connected to the hearth and the home. And so I do feel a flame is being lit, a passionate flame is being lit. But I also feel this energy of victory after a very challenging time period. And so 3rd house, communication. So that's interesting too. So where this conjunction is taking place, it's like right on the cusp of transitioning into my 3rd house, these Taurus energies. And so communication is key. Somebody here might be receiving divine communication about a new beginning in love. I'm feeling an Ace of Cups energy. And then we get the 7th house, relationships. And so the 7th house is the house of marriage, the house of commitment, the house of partnership. There's some type of spiritual tie here connected to a completion of a lesson is what it feels like. And so I also feel almost like an underlying 5 of Cups energy. And so there is a need to speak up. I do feel somebody is coming in facing some judgment. I feel Kundalini activation. Somebody might be dealing with a snake or a couple of snakes. But there is like an intertwined connection here. And I do feel maybe 2 people coming together where it will affect your resources. So get ready to do a deep dive into some exploration. I'm feeling 7 of Cups energy now. So there's like a process of disillusionment in order to heal from some toxic cycles. So get ready for a new beginning. That's kind of what it feels like. So let's jump in with this deck today and let's see what else needs to come through. 66. So 6-6. 6 of Cups. 6 of Pentacles. So there is a major review of the past. There is a major review of maybe an old relationship. There could be a return of somebody from the past, a romance from the past, somebody from childhood. I see a Temperance angel trying to bring 2 people together, maybe after a period of embracing some inner child healing. And so somebody here is either paying off some karmic debt or somebody's coming in to pay off some karmic debt to this person. And so sharing the wealth with others less fortunate. So somebody could be coming into an unexpected influx of abundance with some type of soulmate reunion going on here. But let's do 9 cards. Let's see what needs to come through for this weekend. Check in. I think get ready to receive communication. A blast from the past is kind of what it's feeling like. And I know not everybody wants their ex back, and that's okay. You do not have to invest in something you do not want to invest in. The 8 of Pentacles in reversed. The 3 of Pentacles. So this might be somebody that left you high and dry or abandoned you, because it kind of got a 5 of Pentacles playing out here. Yeah, maybe for a third party. That's what it's feeling like. So maybe somebody went towards a third party. They didn't invest. They went towards something that they thought they loved. Now we get 3-3. So there is something coming back around. There's definitely some karma playing out here. And it's almost like the call has been sent out. Gabriel's kind of blowing the trumpet there on this 3 of Pentacles. And we see a woman here that's been maybe doing her own thing, has built an excellent reputation. And now somebody wants to come back that chose not to invest in a connection. We get the 4 of Wands in reverse below the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody didn't want to invest in this. So dead central energy, 9 of Pentacles. Do you know your worth? Do you know your value? Because the 9 of Pentacles knows her worth, knows her value. She's successful. She enjoys being by herself. She doesn't want or need anything from anybody. She can provide everything she needs for herself. I see somebody here that could be very much single, enjoying the fruits of her labor, receiving divine communication, maybe from a crossed over loved one. And maybe this person doesn't want commitment now. Maybe this person just wants to be self-employed and is happily and successfully enjoying her single life. Yeah, we've got an Empress. I think somebody messed up here. Somebody didn't invest in a connection with an Empress. And now we kind of got like a 6 of Pentacles at play, because we got the 3 above the 9. And so we do have a very single divine feminine energy coming through here that I feel is coming into a lot of abundance and prosperity. She knows she's about to give birth to something amazing here. And that's the truth. And that's the truth. So we get the 4 of Cups now coming out. We get the 2 of Cups. Yeah, somebody's got some regrets. They're like, damn, I didn't recognize this person's magic. I didn't recognize the opportunity that was presented. Man, that is a huge, huge loss. Somebody here is experiencing a huge loss. I do think emotions are very heavy. I think there's a lot of emotional turmoil. There is somebody here going through some type of renewal and rebirth connected to a pre-Empress, Empress energy. And so I feel somebody is really nostalgic, romanticizing about this past connection, in a state of boredom and disconnected. I'm hearing that. Is it Stephen Miller's band? Come and Shake Your Peaches or something, that Peaches song? Because it kind of, well, it's an apple tree, but I saw peaches at first glance. And so we got Archangel Raphael here saying, hey, Mr. McPouty, stop the pouting. There's still an opportunity here, but you got to get up off the ground here, and you got to choose to go towards something that you really want. I do feel somebody gave up on somebody that they loved because they didn't see this person's worth. I don't know about you, but I don't want anybody back that didn't see my worth the first time around. And so I know it feels like somebody is feeling the pressure to take action. And so there was like a coming apart, maybe with a twin soul. The 4 of Wands is twin soul. Somebody definitely played into their ego. And I feel somebody here is trapped trying to figure out, how the heck do I make this right? So it could be dealing with a Capricorn, but we definitely have somebody connected to this Empress energy that is experiencing a huge loss of fortune, a lot of bad luck. And I think it might be this King of Cups going through some type of an illumination. So we got a Taurus Libra energy coming through for a feminine, and we've got a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio coming through on the masculine end. That's coming into an abundance of downloads that I feel has blocked communication. Like this person's kind of getting ready to pull the sword out, like Excalibur's sword, but it's winter time. And so there's been a block in communication as somebody's gone through transformation. And you see on the card, it's a child. So there was definitely a need for some inner child healing going on here, but somebody has not been communicating. And I think there's a need to overcome obstacles. Somebody's been in a state of boredom, soul suppression, depression, maybe because they allowed something to come between them and this Empress. But now they're kicking themselves in the butt. Now they're looking at this head on saying, oh my God, I wish I was more trustworthy. I wish I was honorable and devoted. How the heck do I fix this? That's kind of what it feels like. It just feels like, oh my God. And they're looking at it dead in the face, looking their ship's about to sail away because they chose not to invest. And so there's like an epiphany coming through, and something that maybe this person was unable to look at or unwilling to see is now being analyzed. I also feel over-analyzing what was missed, what was not looked at. But it's like this person knew exactly what they walked away from. They just chose to ignore it and pretend that there wasn't a problem. And so I do feel somebody did abandon this Empress in her time of need. I think they are coming back in very quickly, unexpectedly, with some type of confession. I think they're going through some type of material loss because they weren't honest. And there's a need to reach some type of compromise. And so it doesn't mean you have to take this person back. But I do think this person has something to get off their chest. Definitely could be a Leo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Definitely could be a water sign. But I feel something about the 8th house. There's some type of death energy. Spirit's been pushing somebody. I do feel somebody definitely was untrustworthy in the past. They quickly departed a situation, and I think they blocked communication. So let's clarify this Empress, this 9 of Pentacles, because I feel somebody here has no desire to go back to the past or to something or someone that did not invest in her. Let's see what she's got to say. She's all done playing into drama. I've done my shadow work is what she's saying. She's saying, man, I've done the shadow work. I'm done playing into conflicts with others. I'm done letting people's opposing opinions get into my head. I'm the Empress. I can walk away from anything at any given time because I know my worth and I know my value. And so there's a situation here that I think maybe somebody has struggled with integrating for the last 5 years. I'm feeling 5 years. And she's all done waiting for the past to come back around. I think maybe this person waited for an apology for quite some time. But we also have an Empress here that I feel went through a significant change because of this life experience. And so we've got an Empress here that is breaking free. She's like, I don't want that old belief anymore. I don't want that old cycle anymore. I've changed my beliefs about what my happily ever after is. And I'm all done wasting my time and my energy on watering a dead tree, because I'm all done focusing on the negative. So we've got a divine feminine that I think has planted some really good seeds. And now she's kind of holding back her energy. And she's saying, no, don't you come near me. Don't you come near me, because you're blocked now. She's like, I planted my own seed. You left me high and dry. You didn't want to invest in me. And I had to go through this process alone. She's like, I am my own wish fulfillment. That's kind of what I see here. So I do feel this King of Cups is stressed. Let's see what this King of Cups is going to do, though. What is this King of Cups going to do? I think they want to rush in with a confession. They want to balance the situation. I think somebody has to come in and balance out some karma. They do. They have to balance out some karma, because the divine is saying, hey, you can't be going around love bombing people, over romanticizing people, and dropping them like a bad habit. So there's some bad karma playing out here, because I do feel somebody didn't come from a place of integrity and they're getting a wake-up call. Now they're saying, I'm ready to boss up and be that emperor. I'm ready to go all in. When in the past, they weren't. They were materialistic. They were greedy. And I do think somebody's really spent a lot of time reflecting on what they need to do. And I think this Empress has really been inspiring to this masculine and giving them motivation to maybe step up. But I feel there's somebody here in the spotlight, and there's a masculine coming in to communicate that might have been in the past overly sensitive to any type of criticism because they were in their ego. But let's get a closing message here. This is feeling very interesting. I do feel a rebalancing. I do feel maybe somebody got trapped in a path riddled with addictions that didn't really support their happiness. And maybe they chose to stay stuck there because of their ego. But let's get a closing message with the senses of the soul. Let's get a message from this deck today. So what is the closing message? We have Aries energy. I choose to see the humor in my current situation. And so try to see the bright side. I do feel there's almost like an Eight of Wands energy. So there is going to be a lot of communication coming in. We do have like a spiritual warrior here. We have a high priestess here that has gone through some type of purification. That's interesting, the sunflower. So by Leo season, I think maybe you'll be able to look at this and see the humor in it. But I do feel like this was a journey of going into the dark. Whatever was activated in this connection, it was an invitation for you to shine your own divine light. And so some people come into our lives for a reason, for a season, for a lifetime. And some people keep coming into our lives and they need to stop doing that. But I think acceptance of this experience is what's going to allow you to be free. I feel an Empress here that is free to really step into her service mission with all of the loving wisdom that she's gained. And I do think there's a masculine here that does have the resilience to overcome any challenges that they've created for themselves. Because they definitely played into distorted compulsions that have kept them away from their true divine identity. All right, I can't leave it at that. One last message here for the weekend check-in. Keep a journal. Keep a journal of your thoughts, because I do feel an epiphany is about to come through this weekend, and there is a masculine about to reach out because they miss you. So get ready to hear from somebody from the past, and that's what I got for a message this weekend. I hope this resonated. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.